What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Miss Eha, coming live with Journey with Trish the podcast. So super duper excited, as per usual, to be back in the building to bring you some topics that I'm going to relate to mental health every single time because everything we go through affects our mental health. So tonight, I have some amazing queens in the building with me tonight that I'm going to go ahead and let introduce themselves in just a second, though, because let me give you my medical disclaimer. Neither myself, Patricia Reed, aka Ms. Ija de Jimenez, any of my affiliates, or any of the ladies that are here with me tonight are here to give you any type of medical or psychiatric advice. If you have any type of those emergencies, we will defer you to your nearest emergency room or contact your primary care provider or your psychiatric provider, because I am not your provider tonight. Tonight, we're going to be talking about all things spiritual. So go ahead, like, comment, follow, and share with everybody you know, because we want to talk about meditation. We want to talk about sound. How do you say it?
Sound therapy.
Sound therapy. Yoga. They're gonna teach me some yoga poses tonight. So I'm excited. So stay tuned. Don't leave. Who do I have over here to my right?
Hello, my name is Yolanda, and I am a yoga instructor.
Okay. And to my left.
Hi, my name is India Bryant. I am a. Ooh, do you want to go down the list?
Yes. Yes. Tell me who you are.
I am a bartender / mixologist. I am a sound therapist. I'm certified now. I am a artesian soap maker and herbalist, almost very close. And just an overall person that loves to get into the arts.
To the arts.
Yeah,
okay.
I would say that.
So recently I suffer with depression and anxiety, and I went through a major depressive episode, and I started thinking about meditation. And so I reached out to you about coming on so we could talk about meditation. And then I also asked about yoga, because yoga was something that I wanted to get into as well. And in doing that, it made me kind of think, I don't know if somebody else had posted something on Facebook or whatever, but there seems to be some kind of backlash coming from kind of the church community as to what are chakras and what is energy, and yoga is like, it's not spiritual, and it's like, I've heard some people say that it's demonic. Like, I've heard all kinds of things, and I can remember my mom talking to me about meditating even as a little girl. So I'm kind of lost and confused as to if there's a difference that I don't know about. So whoever wants to get started, let's get started first with meditation. Is you meditate?
Yes, I do.
You meditate?
Absolutely.
So is there a difference? But now, I've been Googling and stuff too. So is there like a church meditation and a secular meditation? Like, talk to me.
To me, no. I think that it's just words, how people interpret words. Because you pray and you wait. You have to wait for your answer.
Mm-hmm.
How God sends you your answer, that's how you and God communicate. Meditation to me is communication with God. Therefore, I was actually introduced to meditation through my therapist. And basically, I couldn't sort through my thoughts. So it was like a calming period, just sit and just calm and just, process your feelings, process your thoughts. And from there, I linked it with my spirituality. Okay, I'm asking God for things. I'm praying to God for things. And when I meditate, I see these answers. I get these answers. I hear these answers. I start to feel these goosebumps. And it's like, oh, and this is something, of course, I grew up in the church.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew about praying and praying and praying. But it wasn't until I was in my 30s that I realized how I'm actually supposed to get those answers.
Mm-hmm.
So, love my church family that I grew up with, but I don't feel as if I was completely taught how the entire process of pray until something happens.
Mm-hmm.
So,
because my pastor talks about times when he has been praying for something and he was like, I know he told us one day about how he went into like separated himself from it. He was in the house, but he had like went into a different room, and he was, by himself in his room praying and meditating. Like his wife wouldn't let the kids bother him. And so you just kind of isolate yourself, and you pray and you meditate, you read your word, and you wait for your answer. One of the things that I was reading on Google when they tried to separate spiritual meditation versus a secular meditation or yoga, and it said that sometimes in the secular realm, people will meditate, but when they're done meditating, like that's it. So everybody is not meditating and praying, right? But me, if I meditate, it's because number one, I cannot get my mind.
Yeah, I'm just trying to calm my anxiety.
Yeah, I'm trying to calm myself. So I won't say that every time that I feel like I need to meditate is because I'm trying to.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sometimes I just need to calm my mind, and which is why I recommend it to my patients that deal with anxiety or depression too. I don't know anybody out there, if everybody hasn't dealt with it. I know that, but if you've ever dealt with it, then you know what it's like to not be able to get your mind to stop for a second so you can like breathe, if nothing else, so you can eat, so you can maybe watch a good movie or read a book. Stop crying.
I just believe in then that if you say that my body is a temple, why can't I heal myself throughout my body?
Oh, yes.
And with me healing myself throughout my body, my strongest muscle in my body is my mind. So if I can't calm my mind, how can I continue to do the things that's in God that's supposed to be in favor for me to help others?
Absolutely.
So in that aspect, I think meditation to me is more of it's more of an attunementship of myself to be within myself at that moment. Meditation has helped me to deal with some really dark times. Meditation has helped me to deal with a lot of happiness, and I just enjoy myself at that moment. Meditation does not have to be yourself just sitting in quietness and just listening to your own thoughts, because sometimes listening to your own thoughts can get you back into those dark elements. That's why they have different meditation music. Meditation can be even a form of you dancing, just anything to kind of get your mental state into a good ship, if that makes sense.
I've never heard of that before.
Because meditation is different for everybody. Meditation is not just sitting here and doing mantras and listening and humming and all this other stuff. Meditation can be you listening to classical music in the quietness. I've done that. I'm a musician in heart and spirit and soul. So any type of music that's around me helps me form into meditation.
What do we call it? The music, the calming music. We call it
meditation music.
No. Like if you listen, when you listen to the beach and you listen to
you're talking about like the sleeping music,
or
like
the spa, the stuff that's commonly at like a spa or like
there's a name for white noise.
Yes. White noise. Yes. And they have a thing as white noise and brown noise. A lot of people
brown noise before.
Brown noise is considered like, you know how you have a TV and the TV goes blank, and you know the old school TV and it had that little that's considered brown noise. And brown noise also kind of like either can uplift some certain parts of you. And considered to white noise, it's kind of meant to relax you and put you in a deep transit. And brown noise is uplifting.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. So I bet there's brown. I was about to say brown nose. Brown noise apps too. Then.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell Siri, hey Siri, brown noise.
It's a lot out there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it. Because a lot of times people will use it. We use it for our kids at nighttime in the nurseries to help the white noise to help them get to sleep. It definitely, when I worked at night, it helped me tremendously. Like I would come home, I got my room darkening curtains, I closed the curtains, no TV, turn on my white noise, and I would sleep for hours. Like a baby.
And that's a form of meditation too.
Yeah.
It is.
Listen, and it works. So these are things that can help you sleep. These are things that can help you calm your mind and help you relax so that you can rest. So far, personally, I haven't heard anything that's demonic about it. But if anybody out there, we're willing to send out links tonight. If anybody wants to tell us what you feel, what your opinion is on why we shouldn't be meditating, or what you think is going on.
Kind of like a lack of understanding too.
Yeah.
A lot of people who kind of say that it's demonic does not want to research and actually find the knowledge of what is really going on, because a lot of this stuff is dealing with science as well. And a lot of people don't want to kind of research that aspect and kind of know what's more. So
what about energy? You know, they don't like when we say positive energy and negative energy and what vibes, like, so somebody talks to me about energy. And first, like, when I'm trying to think of when, because it hasn't always been as popular for us to talk about. I don't feel like it has to talk about different types of energy. So when did you feel like you started hearing more about energy?
Yoga. When I started yoga a few years ago, that's when I was introduced to the chakras and the energy centers in your body. We always, I think it's, again, the terminology, because when you have certain people come around, it's just like, her vibe off. I don't want to deal with that. But
it's true. Exactly. You can really feel it.
But that's that energy. That's that energy. Her energy might just not be where it should be today for you to be around. So I think it's just the terminology. It's been there. It's more popular now, I think, because mental health is more popular. It's more at the forefront. But when I was first introduced to the word energy and it being demonic was yoga, because they even say certain yoga poses are demonic or whatever. So, yeah. But
has anybody ever given you an explanation as to why they feel that way, though?
Absolutely not. The only thing that I have been able to see, and I think I've seen stuff on Facebook as well, where people are just like, okay, you get into a certain pose and you're honoring a god or a deity from a different background, a different religion, or someone that's not monotheistic. So that's the only thing that I could come up with when they would say, oh, it's demonic. So, it's not God.
Is it in terms of demonic? Because everybody got different religions.
Yeah.
And that's kind of hard to label that as demonic because it's a different God, because yoga formed from India. Where did yoga form from? Because it just turned modern a couple of centuries ago.
So yoga is I do Kemetic yoga. I'm certified in Kemetic yoga. Kemet, or Kemetic root word Kemet means Egypt.
Yeah.
So if you look on the walls of the pyramid, yoga poses. They were doing yoga in Egypt, and it then spread throughout the world. But of course, our people were everywhere.
Correct.
But a lot of our people then went to, India and different parts and stuff like that. So
J45 was just here last week, and he told me, he said that, what did he say? Wait, he said that American Indians came from Africa too.
That's what yeah. Before slave ships. So Kemetic yoga is something that nobody probably heard of before I just said it.
I have not.
So before I told India, like, oh yeah, I'm certified in Kemetic yoga,
I was like, what?
Exactly. But again, ancient Egypt. That's where it comes from. And of course, people look at Africa as, oh, they have all these different gods, they have all this, and again, it's like, it's not of American religion, which is, Catholicism.
Yeah.
Or, so, and in Catholicism, you only have God, but if you look and you dig into these different religions, they're following the same patterns. They're following the same trails. So what someone recognizes as a god, that god is going to some. So it's more like terminology. Those are really what you would look at in Catholicism as an angel. That's an archangel.
Yep.
That's this, that's that.
Yep.
And they have one God.
Yep.
So it gets deep.
Yeah.
Because you
I'm
just
so
lost
proud
it
of
for just a
you.
minute.
I'm just listening,
Wait a
just
minute,
smiling.
you listen and smile. I'm confused. So wait a minute. You said they have who has different gods but one God? Say that again.
So, okay, when you look at these different religions, they may say that Ra, Egyptian,
Mm-hmm.
the god Ra. But if you translate that into Catholicism, he's not known as a god, he's more of an angel.
So they just called them gods, more than one God.
But if you think about it as
Egypt?
well, we are godlike.
Mm. So basically what she's saying is some of the gods that's in different religions are transitioned or what's the word I'm looking for?
Transpose.
Yes,
Yeah,
transposed into what we look at as Baptist church and Catholics and everything of that nature as angels, archangels.
So they just called them
because they don't have the terminology to call them an angel.
Yeah.
Their terminology is a god, but then they have the higher God.
Mm-hmm.
The highest God is the same God.
Mm-hmm.
as the God.
Exactly.
So basically it's just this idea of God and his disciples and his archangels is just rewritten. Well, that one is rewritten from the other ones, but it's just same stories, but just rewritten under different names.
Okay.
Kind of.
So you say they don't celebrate more than one God. They only celebrate one God. I mean, so they only worship one God.
I had to explain it to someone and I explained it to someone who was Catholic. So if you're Catholic and you pray to the Archangel Michael to take your message to God, this is what I'm saying. I appreciate you. I love you. I thank you. And he signs, seal, delivers. He takes it to God. It's kind of that same step.
So are you Catholic?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Baptist. I was growing
so
Baptist.
We don't, because we just pray ourselves to God,
We do, but I have been told in my Baptist religion, my Baptist background, we pray to Jesus. He takes it to God.
Jesus is supposed to be the messenger because I grew up Baptist. So Jesus is supposed to be the messenger to give the things that we need to God.
Yeah. And see, I grew up holiness. We just pray to God in Jesus' name.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
in Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name, it's kind of that
same thing.
Yeah. It's kind of that same idea.
So in Jesus' name, you praying in the name of Jesus, but at the end of the day, your message still going to get God. Jesus is going to give that.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But but
I'm okay with that idea.
No, but it's just in different religions.
Get there.
Yeah, as long as it get there. But that's what. But that's the point. A lot of people, everybody got different religions. Everybody got different things. As long as it get there, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I just want him to hear me. At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because in Catholicism, they will go to I can't think of any of these words. Like they go to speak with the priest, and that's called
they go to
confessions. Yeah. Because I don't believe that I think that they are taught they have to go to the priest, and the priest goes to Jesus, and then Jesus takes. That's a lot of steps to go through. So yeah, every religion is different. Talk to me about chakras. Because if I'm being now, I love a good stone. I actually went and bought me some more stones. But when I started using stones, it was more as for grounding. And somebody from work bought me a stone. And I love this stone. I would start to feel anxious. And it was perfect. It was the size of a coin. And it had a little indention in it. So I could rub my thumb in the middle of it. And it worked so well. But I don't think it was considered a shock because I don't really know what chakras are, but I love this stone. Then, me and the lady got into it.
Oh no.
We got into it, and in my mind, I was like,
I need to get
"What?
rid of this stone.
Yeah, I gotta get rid of this stone.
That's the first thing to go. I gotta let it go.
I gotta get rid of this stone because I don't know what she's trying to do to me. Hey, Sanji, how you doing? And I've been trying to find another one like it. I bought like 5 the other day, and none of them are still what I'm looking for. But will you pass me that little? I'm not gonna take it, but it feels so good. Like you see that black book?
It's a carnelian. It's down here, down right by your thigh.
Yeah, it feels so good. I gotta figure out where they bought this from.
So,
I can't feel that.
Oh yeah, I felt the one it was over there.
Yeah, I love it. So this is what I like. This is something that I would use everybody to ground, and it just kind of they tell you to take either a stone or like a piece of cloth, and you just kind of rub it, and it takes your focus off of your anxiety, and you're focusing more on So you're meditating with. See, there's all these different kinds of
meditation.
Yeah. Get y'all a stone.
And actually, the stone that you're holding, since you want to talk about chakras.
So is this a chakra?
Yes, that one is considered the sacrum chakra. Yep. So the sacrum chakra for women is where we hold a lot of stress, anxiety, depression, sadness, anything.
And it's called a what?
Sacral chakra.
Y'all get y'all a sacral chakra. Because when I picked it up instantly,
So basically, the reason why you like it because right now you're in the transition of trying to heal that area in your body. You're dealing with, certain those fears, anxiety, and things like that. So the reason why you're gravitating to that stone is because you want that to kind of help you in this moment. And so your chakras, you have 7, but you have. I'm gonna just start with 7,
okay?
Because it can go deep. You have your root chakra, which is kind of like your feet. That's the reason why you like to stay grounded and planted. Your next chakra will be your sacral chakra, which is kind of like
chakras are places on your body.
It's like your energy.
It's like your energy section. So a lot of
this stone is for that chakra.
So this stone is for my stomach, which is
your stomach.
It all makes sense now.
And they'll tell you a lot of times when you're starting with your stones, the stone will choose you. So that's why you came in and you were like, "This is the one."
Yes. I mean, literally, I walked in the door and I walked over there to the books and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, it's a carnelian. So that's
I'm gonna find one of these. Okay, go ahead. Sacred. That's what I need. Something. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So you got your root. That's why you're always walking on the background barefooted, always staying grounded in your moment. You got your sacrum, which Yolanda, help me if I'm wrong, okay, on any of this. She's my chakra girl. You have your sacrum, which is kind of right below right above your wound. It's right above your wound. So that's why I was telling you about. That's where we hold depression, anxiety, stress, sadness, all of that. Especially women. Yeah. We hold a lot. Have you ever heard of the saying, like when you stressed out, you want to eat so much and my stomach get big and you wonder why? Yeah, it's holding all that tension and stuff. And as soon as you happy and your stomach be flat, you release a lot of that pressure and tension and stuff out. Yolanda also told me a lot of women, we hold tension in our hips. With childbearing, we have children and all this other area. That's another area where we hold a lot of tension at as well. Okay, so you got your foot, you got your root, you got your you got your sacrum, you got your
solar plex.
Your solar plex is above your womb. Which is kind of like right here. Okay. Outside your solar plex, then you have your heart. Your heart is, will have love and all of that stuff. Your throat chakra is the way you talk, the way you speak, if you're trying to get things out. So
what color is that one?
Blue.
Okay. It's my favorite chakra.
What color is purple?
Purple is your
indigo violet.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So, indigo violet.
Yeah, so we have 2 purple.
Just different shades.
Just different shades. So the lighter purple is your third eye. Okay, your third eye is the one that sees beyond your physical being. That's the best way for me to say it. And then your crown chakra is up here, and that's the violet one. Yes, that's the violet one.
That's the who?
color.
Violet, that's the color.
Color
Color
violet.
violet.
I knew a lady was trying to get me because it was a dark
no.
purple stone. It's like she's trying to
Yeah.
make me be violent.
No, not that way. This is why I text people things.
All right, so what is that that dark purple? What is that one?
The crown,
The crown.
that's your connection to God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she was trying to help me. I ain't not threw that stone away.
But sometimes too, when people give you gifts, be it a stone or a T-shirt,
Mhm.
they hold that energy.
Yeah.
So if you beefing with somebody, you don't want to wear a shirt because
Mhm.
it's got her energy on it.
Oh,
So it's not where you in a relationship, the relationship ends,
Mhm.
you throwing away earrings and rings and
Mhm.
underwear, and yeah, it's holding that energy.
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, because I threw that away. And I loved it. I loved it. Like I had it for
Because
2
you were
years.
releasing yourself and
Mhm.
finding yourself at that moment.
Mhm.
Throw all that stuff away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I always
Clean
tell
out,
people to
release.
burn it.
Yeah.
Release,
Yeah.
release.
Mhm.
All right. So here is because I'm always very honest and transparent. This is when I'll be like, oh yeah, India said, oh yeah, Yolanda. And then India said, I'm like, oh, what
Okay.
India mean by that?
So what did I say?
I'm just speaking in general. Like,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I
So
was ready.
when you say, well, no, you,
Mhm.
but not just you, other people. When people are talking about spirit says, or spirit, like spirits, what do you mean? What does that mean when you say, like, what spirit are you talking about?
Spirit can be yourself in a higher realm. You know how sometimes you go to sleep and you see yourself sometimes you dream and you dream yourself in a whole nother dimension and you floating around, or you getting, like and you woke up like, why was I there?
Mhm.
That is yourself in a spirit form. So your spirit is literally going around giving you answers and stuff and clarity to things that you need.
Mhm.
Spirit can also be your ancestors. Ancestors are in your bloodline lineage only. Those are the people that has transitioned over. That is within you. So sometimes if you see something knocking something over in the house, or you hear a door open or something like that, that could be one of your ancestors around your house.
Or you smell something.
Or you
that's
smell
associated,
something that's
yeah.
familiar, or you get a craving out of nowhere that you haven't
Mhm.
had your grandmother made German chocolate cake. It's like, I want some German
Go for some
chocolate
German
cake.
chocolate. Yeah.
I mean, and
Yeah.
because the stuff happens all the time. Like I'm sitting here
Mhm.
and I'm listening to you, like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But I got to be honest and say, like, I remember when my dad passed away the night after his funeral. We were all sitting, after the repast, everybody drunk at this point.
Mhm.
We all sitting there, and the TV was on, but we turned it off. And we're sitting there, and not only did the TV come back on, but it came on to the wrestling channel, which is what he would have been watching
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
that
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
And there have been times when I know that I've seen my dad, like, or felt him, like, in it. Have you ever seen my back?
Mm-mm.
Pull my shirt down at the back. Look at my back.
Down.
Pull it
or
down?
up?
Down,
Okay.
down, up. You got to go like pretty far. Y'all see that?
Oh,
I never knew
oh,
you had
okay.
that.
Let me
Okay.
tell you about this.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you believe me or not, but I walked out. My daughter had just left to go somewhere, and I went out there to make sure she was gone, I think. And I looked down at the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and on the ground were these two hearts that are made out of these tire tracks
Mm-hmm.
that are connected. So these two connected hearts.
Mm-hmm.
There is no car tracks anywhere leading to these two double connected hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere. I know my parents left those hearts in the driveway. Like I could
Yeah.
feel them
That's
there.
an intuition. You
Yeah,
feel it in
like
your
I could
gut.
feel
Yeah.
them there, and it's like it is. Later on, I'll go back and I'll put it on Facebook again. There is no way possible that any lawnmower, any bicycle, any car could have left these tracks in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I took a picture of it, and then I had it tattooed on my back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I know that these kind of things absolutely
Mm-hmm.
do happen.
And they scare us.
Yeah.
Because once we start getting in tune with ourselves, like I feel like that's where you at right now.
Mhm.
Once you start getting in tune with yourself, you start seeing things that you normally don't see,
Mhm.
and it scares the crap out of you.
Absolutely.
But that is you awakening that element, or what I like to tell people, that third eye. So you're awakening things that you need to see.
It isn't really scary. I've never really been scared of.
Well, to some people it is. To
And
some
then
people it's terrifying.
Some things you'll see, you automatically recognize.
Mhm.
Like with the tire tracks, you automatically recognize and associated that with your parents.
Mhm.
Whereas sometimes, like, okay, my mother, for instance, she woke up when we were younger in the middle of the night smelling gas. No gas leak anywhere. My daddy getting up, just checking, hey, what's going on. She did it for like 3 nights. A week later, house fire.
Oh goodness.
So that could, of course, that will make you afraid.
Mhm.
I'm waking up 3 nights in a row, just smelling gas, but I cannot find a leak. Nobody can find, and nobody found one. But it wasn't for us to find; it was for us to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't us who had the house fire; it was another family member. But again, it was a preparation. This is what's about to happen.
And maybe that's why I am so scared, because this stuff has been happening to me all my life.
Mhm.
Weird story. When I was 15 years old, I had just got my first job at Hardee's. So they had me on a schedule for 5:30.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was 5:30 in the afternoon, because who expect you to get up and be at work at 5:30 in the morning to make some biscuits, right?
Yeah.
So I get this phone call, I guess at about 5:45. Hey, Patricia, this is so-and-so calling from Hardee's. You're supposed to be at work. And I'm like, no, it's supposed to be there at 5. She's like, yeah, 5 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay. Well, as I'm walking to my room to start getting dressed, I hear somebody like ringing the door.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who is it ringing the door at 5 o'clock in the morning? So I say, hello. And now he's banging. And I said, who is it? And she says, we're 2 singers. True story. We're 2 singers and our car broke down and we need to use the telephone.
Mm-mm.
So I say, honey, this was 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, well, hold on, let me go and get my dad. So I go back there and I'm like, Daddy, somebody's knocking at the door and they said that their car broke down. They're 2 singers and they use a telephone. And he says, what, Trish? It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I said, their car broke down. And so he gets up, and as we start walking, I could hear them running away. But it's dirt, right? It's the yard,
Yeah.
but I can hear them as if they're running away like this.
Yeah.
But they're on grass. I'm like, you hear them running away? He was like, no, I don't hear nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, how come you don't hear that? And so he goes and he opens the door.
Nobody's there.
Nothing is out there.
I'm glad you didn't open up that door.
Nothing is out there.
Mm-hmm.
We lived across the street from a junkyard back then.
Mm-hmm.
So there were all of these old, junk cars. So I swear it has to be somebody that died
Mm-hmm.
in one of those cars that
Yep.
came over there that morning. But this stuff has happened to me all my life. You can ask my family if something is going to happen.
Yeah, they always go to you first.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
he will see, but I can't, and there's never the right people.
Mhm.
Like he'll tell me things are going to happen, or I have these dreams that somebody's going to, I've called my sister before. I was like, listen, y'all need to check your fasted blood sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And things like that. And then it ends up really, really happening.
Mhm.
So yeah, if I come and I tell you, listen to me, you need to listen
Yeah.
to me. But anyway, so yeah, I do believe in that. So when you say
that's
spirit,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And a spirit can be anything.
Mhm.
It really could. It can be, even plants can breathe.
Mhm.
So a spirit can literally be anything. But like you said, those 2 girls at the door was a spirit that was literally probably trying to get help, and they got trapped. And then with them having that car across the street from your house, their spirit is still trapped, and they don't know what's going on.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
thinking people are trying to help them.
and the thing is though, I know Tangi Price is on here right now, and she said something on her TikTok earlier that made a lot of sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about spirits, we got to recognize there are some bad spirits.
Absolutely.
So I think that automatically when people hear you talking about meditation
They
and yoga, they automatically think
Yeah.
about that you are like worshiping these bad spirits, and I don't know why people.
It's because it's like I said before, the understanding and the terminology, like she said. That's kind of the biggest things.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people, when they probably meditate, they probably see different demonic like spirits because they're probably dealing with some of that stuff within themselves.
Yep.
So that might be a reason why that they, I'm just speaking hypothetically to save all of us, but hypothetically they might be seeing themselves in a demonic way.
I mean, have you I've been through some stuff like have you never
I've
like
seen
sleep
myself
paralysis or
yes,
like
I have been to the point in my life, y'all don't know me like that, but I have attempted to, at one point in my life when I was little. And those things that you're dealing with can actually come in your brain, and they are demonic like spirits because I mean you at a bad place and you're lonely and you don't know how to get out of this situation, so you kind of go into the aspect of battling yourself. So you battling the demonic like spirits as well as battling the light aspect of yourself. And sometimes some people go to that realm and they, of course, it depends on what they choose, but it depends on what part of you wins that moment. I always tell people, so that's another reason why I kind of went into meditation when I was younger as well, to kind of learn how to navigate my light instead of that dark side of me that was trying to take over.
Have you ever had anything holding you down in the bed before?
Yeah, I've had sleep paralysis. I don't have it anymore, but I think it's because of where I am spiritually. I meditate more. At the time, I was finding I was trying to figure out, this versus that type stuff. So I don't have it anymore. The only thing recently that I've experienced with meditation is astral projecting. I didn't know what was going on. But
what is astral projecting?
Absolutely did not know what was going on. So I was sitting in meditation, and I was at a meditation class, and I think the meditation had something to do with my younger self, the child version of myself. And I had a good childhood, but I got some bumps and bruises from, just life and family and stuff like that. And so I was in meditation, seated, legs crossed. I'm quiet. The music is going, and to the left of me, out of my peripheral, little me walks up, and what I had on, I have a picture of it, so I know it's me. I know what I look like. Little me walks up, and as soon as I see little me touches my back and says, "We're going to be okay." I burst into tears immediately. When I started crying, the me that was sitting in meditation got out and sat on this side of me and started to rub my back. And I had on the same thing that I had on in meditation. I didn't know what was going on until I come out of meditation, and I asked my meditation coach, I'm like, this is what I saw. What is going on? And she was like, that's astral projecting. She's like, I feel like you've done it several times, but it just, that time was different because I've meditated before and saw myself laying like I'm over myself. So, and that's the same.
This was like a really good trip.
No.
It sounds like one of the really good trips,
right? But it absolutely wasn't. Like I had nothing but water, and it was just, unless that was some strong H2O. That's just what it was. And I like to think about, just to touch on what India said, when people are meditating and they see themselves in a different light. I recently started going back watching Disney movies. I love Disney. I love Disney princesses. So I went back and I started watching Disney movies just because. But they mean something different now. So if you've ever watched Moana, someone took something from the island. It turned her into a different person. The whole time we're thinking, that lady is evil. Y'all got to figure that out. But when he returns what he took from her and he apologizes and someone validates her and tells her, hey, he shouldn't have done that. You're better than that. We're going to get through this. She goes back to the person that she was. So that also, and it's in the movies. They're all in the movies. But as a child watching that, the kid doesn't understand. But as an adult going back to watch it, which of course it wasn't out when I was a child, but I have a niece, so my niece is watching. She loves Moana, but she doesn't see the same thing I see. So when I look at that from a spiritual level, it's the same thing. Someone could hurt me, and I feel like they took a piece of me when they hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a different person now.
Yeah.
So now when I meditate, of course I'm going to see myself on different. I'm going to see the me that wants to fight. I'm going to see the me that wants to cry. I'm going to see the me that wants to curse. And all forms of me can look different.
Yep.
I gotta meditate and get that me out of me that cuss, because that cursing me.
And it's okay to have both sides
That
of
cursing
you.
me.
You just have to manage.
You have to
both
balance
sides.
them.
Yeah,
Just have to
it's all about
balance them.
balance.
I want to meditate away my masculine.
You can't
No,
do
you
that.
can't do
friend.
that. You keep
Just
that.
like you can't do
I
that.
can't keep it all. It's too much.
Too
No,
much, but know
so-
when
Too
to
much.
use it.
Know when to use it, and also focus more on your feminine self.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on my feminine self.
because you got to focus on your masculine. Because I'm a little bit masculine.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. But I have to start focusing back on my feminine self to kind of give myself balance.
Some balance. I believe that.
Mhm.
I believe that. So there was something else I wanted to talk about. I'm so gotta find one of these somewhere. I know that in a second I was going to talk about, and I want to talk about it one more time, just in case somebody out there wants to chime in about it, about those bad spirits, those evil spirits. They do exist. I know that in my house, my daughter actually lives in this house now, but the house that we lived in before, like my kids grew up in this house in Daphne. Man, that house, and I've gone back and asked everybody else to see, and they were like, yeah, like you could literally hear people walking
Mhm.
in
And it's probably just
that house.
it's probably just some spirits trapped,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to get out, and they
It
don't know how to
was
get out.
horrible. I would hear people walking.
Mhm.
There were always snakes in the yard.
Mhm.
It was. I haven't had any more sleep paralysis since I left that house. I mean, like
Yeah.
it would be almost every night. Somebody would just be like, I would go to move, and somebody just got me. Like I
Yeah.
just cannot move. I have opened my eyes and seen, like, felt like I saw like aliens coming at, and all in that house. So I rarely even go over there to visit my daughter, because it
It's
just
just too
reminds
much
me
for you.
so much.
Yeah.
Mhm. Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
energy there is just off for me. Is it possible that in the set, or have you ever known somebody like you? We all live in the same house,
Mhm.
but I feel all this negative stuff in that
Mhm.
house, but y'all don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it depends on what the entity, I call them entities, spirits entity. It depends on what that entity is. Sometimes if you more connected to
Mhm.
yourself and connected to your spirituality, they will be on you more compared to somebody who is not. They don't know what's going on. They can't see these things. They don't feel these things. They just kind of go on with the everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
So I can definitely see that being, an issue.
Because I don't worry. I don't worry. Don't nothing bother me. When I tell you, it's so much
Mhm.
prayer embedded. Because I now live in the house that my mom was in.
Yeah.
She prayed 24/7. So
Yeah.
like literally,
and it feels good.
Yeah,
enough, probably.
it does. Now it does. Recently, it got to where it hasn't felt as good as it should feel.
Mhm.
Sometimes I feel like I'm running out of my mama's prayers. Like they're sinking out. Yeah, I feel like that sometimes.
Mhm.
Like they're I've had so much go on. Like I had to use them all.
Yeah.
I had to use them all. But she taught me how to pray, so
Mhm.
I'm good. I know she still watches over me.
And you can definitely use that sense of prayer. I mean, you can ask your mother to come with you to pray. Like
Mhm.
just because that person is not physically with you doesn't mean
Mhm.
that they're not mentally or
and
spiritually
like it's like when
with
we
you.
say it, somebody out there might be looking at like, hey, but I do it all the time. Like I
Mhm.
literally talk to my parents
Yeah.
all
Same.
Yeah.
the time. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, so if something happens, I'm like, come on, why you playing?
Mhm.
Like, come on, like y'all did
Yeah.
that for real. Like, thank y'all so like good looking out. Like I
Yeah.
talk to them all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Typically, I'll have on a necklace that has both of their pictures on my heart
Mhm.
necklace,
Mhm.
and so that's also a form of grounding.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when I start to feel anxious, I'll pick up and I'll look at the picture
and,
of my parents.
and it also helps heal your heart since
Mhm.
it keeps
to
you
keep
put it
them
right here. It
by
keeps
my
you.
heart.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I hope somebody is getting, like, I hope you got some information and knowledge. I think that I know I wanted to talk about what you mean when you say spirit, when you say talking to your ancestors. Um, and we talked about chakras. We talked about yoga, meditation. I think we got to cover. We're gonna do some. Oh, tell us about sound therapy.
Okay, so I'm a sound therapist. Sound therapy is basically we use different tonations and vibrations to help one deal with depression or just like emotional state. Depression, anxiety, traumas, anything of that nature. It can go into the aspect I'm researching, but it can go into the aspects of helping people to deal with physical pain as well as physical trauma as well. So basically, do you mind if I play?
No, I want you to.
Okay, so we have different instruments. Different. This is called a sound bowl.
A sound boat or bowl?
Bowl.
Okay.
So basically, you hit it, and it has different tonations.
Depending on where you hit it.
Depending on which bowl I hit. Because if I get that bowl, you can get it. You can get Yolanda. Different ones. And you can get that little thing. I'm going to teach you how to do a sound bowl. So you can hit it, and it has different tonations. And you have 7 of them. So each one that I will have a different vibration. So now I can take this same bowl and run against it. And when you run against it, it brings off a vibration. And even with that vibration, you can hear it. And you can feel it. You started going to sleep. Don't it feel good? Yep. So these different tonations can help you relax your mind, relax your stress. Sometimes people see auras. Auras are basically just different lights that they see. And a lot of people can go, it helps you go into a deeper meditation. So a lot of people who wants to learn how to meditate and they don't know how, their mind going all over the place, they don't understand.
You got to be able to focus.
I have to focus on something. That's how I got at meditation. I'm a musician. Most musicians' brains are all over the place. So with me, I have to have something to direct, to listen to. And that's when I got into meditation. So just different tonations, different instruments. This is like I said before.
So you'll do it by yourself at home too?
Oh,
Not
yeah.
just in class.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do this at home. My dog be sleep. So you just run against it, like I said before. And basically, if you want to, let me get it going. Hold on. Let me get this going.
So hit it and then go around, right?
Yeah.
That's enough?
Hold on. Put it right here.
On the table?
Yeah. Put it on the table. Okay. So,
all right, so hit it.
Yep, hit it. And then go around it. There you go. So now you got that one going, right? I bring this one in. So now we have 2 going at the same time. This is called binary beats. Binary is 2. Beats mean I have a beat and you have a beat. Once those 2 beats collide, they form a different frequency and a different tonation. You hear that? Now if I take mine off, you have just yours. I bring mine back in. It's forming a different frequency or a different sound.
And where can I get these bowls?
I ain't gonna lie, friend, they cost a lot of money. But you can find them online. I'll send you a link.
And they're just called sound bowls.
Because each one of these bowls that I have range between $90 to $120 a piece. Huh? She gonna play down and be asleep.
Right.
It really does.
It's pretty cool.
Because like even when she's talking, I'm really tuned. Like I'm really not focusing on anything except for the sound.
Yep.
So I can see myself using that just to make my mind stop.
You also have chimes. Chimes give you a higher frequency. You kind of put them together and so you can leave them like this, or if you turn them, It bounce with the frequencies around you and the wavelengths around you, so it actually go out. So if I do like this, you hear that? It's a sound difference. So it depends on what you want at that moment. You can kind of get a different wavelength. You got
so pretty much we have instruments.
Oh yeah,
we have instruments. That's what they are. You just saw me making music with bowls by hitting them, and now you see her using
the chimes.
And then now this is called a gong. It's like a drum. I try to make it simple. Each part I hit will give a different sound. I got the center. I got the middle. And I got the end. See how soft that is? Now, if I hit the middle, just like this, it's just a straight sound, right? But if I hit this middle and I turn it, it's give a different wavelength.
I like that one.
I actually got this as a wedding gift. I was like, oh my God, y'all love me.
I like that one.
So it just depends. Different instruments do different things, different tonations. I have so much more at the house. It's all I can bring today. But sound therapy has really helped me, as well as a lot of people in Mobile.
Because we music therapy and sound. So what it is.
So me and Yolanda actually met at my shop when I had my storefront. I had all this beautiful space, and I was going through sound therapy. I was teaching sound to myself. My aunt transitioned over. That was like my mother to me, so it was very hard for me to help myself. So I wanted to learn how to meditate. I bought one bowl, and then 4 years later, I'm a certified sound therapist. Me and Yolanda do yoga and sound therapy classes together. We just started back this year. I'm excited. And so I like the idea of working for rest. So she make you guys stretch, do all this breathing exercises and everything. And then by the time you come to me, you can learn how to rest and meditate. And I kind of help you go into a deeper meditation than what you would do if you was at home.
There you have it. Listen, somebody out there should be not only educated but excited, because I really got educated tonight. It really opened up my mind, and I appreciate, like I said on Facebook, a closed mind can't learn. Which means a closed mind can't grow, and a closed heart can't love. So yeah, I hope that this has been helpful. We are going to do some yoga poses. Before we leave real quick. But does anybody have any questions? We got about 8 minutes. Let's see if I have any questions on here. That's us. All right, so this is really good. I'm all into this, learning a lot. Me too, Bree.
Oh, thanks.
Me too,
You should
Bree.
bring us back then. This was nice.
It was a whole yoga class on here. So tell them where they can find your yoga classes before we get started.
I am at Above and Beyond on Hillcrest. I do teach hot yoga. It is 94 degrees.
You do hot yoga? I'm coming one day.
Yes.
Hot yoga is intense, but you feel so good.
You feel
after.
so good. It's so detoxing. But also, I'm about to start outsourcing, maybe doing some stuff in some parks. Or if you just need me at a girls' night, my socials will be on the post.
That sounds fun. And about you? Same place?
No. I call myself a nomad right now. So I kind of go from place to place. You can always follow me on social media. I will give her my links so you guys can find me. Or just go to Blendy by India. Go to my website. You'll be able to see when my next events are. I've been blessed with a lot of good opportunities from a lot of my clients to actually get bigger spaces, because we have a lot of people that come into our space, and we're going to need more room soon. So our next one is September the 17th. July. Oh, baby. That's my wedding, y'all.
That's your wedding.
July the 17th.
July 17th.
That will be July the 17th at
Friday?
No, that is a Wednesday.
At 7.
At 6.
6. Okay.
6 p.m. I will supply a meditation journal, because a lot of my students definitely are going into some deep meditation now. So I will be supplying them a meditation journal. I make a tea to help relax you as well. Bring some water. And all they have to do is bring a yoga mat and we'll be in there. It's definitely a great experience though.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I do private sessions as well.
There you have it. There you have it. So thank you both for coming on. We're going to transition over here in just 1 second as tech comes up. But remember, I'm always going to say, like, I do all of this because at the end of the day, I need my mind shut down long enough if for no other reason for me to, if for no other reason,
this.
yeah, because it's coming to my mind now. But if for no other reason than for me to be able to read my Bible and talk to God, because has your mind ever been going so much you don't even know how to talk to God? Like you don't know what to say. Like you can't even fathom up the words. So meditation is definitely important on so many levels. You got to get your mind to stop long enough for you to function. So we're going to just turn it around like right there. And I'm going to take my shoes off and ground.
Oh, God.
You're going to catch me on camera with no shoes on. You can't be walking around there with no shoes on. I ain't even bringing no socks.
I'm going to hold the mic because I know this is about to be funny.
Oh, I didn't forget it. Yeah. We'll talk loud. All right. Don't give me nothing that's going to make me tumble over. Okay. I mean, I don't want to fall.
And then I'll show you. Okay. Okay. So,
you gotta talk loud so they can hear what it's called.
Okay, so one of my favorites, dancer's pose. It's good for stretching hammies. It's good for stretching like right in here your arms. I'll show you first, and then we'll kind of walk through it.
Okay.
So I start by whichever foot you want to start with. I root my left into the ground. I have my right ready. We'll bring our right elbow into our side. And then we're going to reach back and grab the inside of our right foot.
The inside?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like right there. You can do that.
Flip it.
Flip it.
Mm-hmm.
So over here.
There you go. Yeah, that's it right there. Yep.
And this is called the what?
This is dancer's pose. So you can stop right there. You can the best thing to do with balancing poses is to look at something that's not moving.
Like the lamp. There we go.
Right.
And there I am.
Now, if you want to make it a little more advanced, go a little deeper, you'll kick your toes up to the ceiling. And you begin to, but make sure this leg doesn't come down. So you make sure that right leg isn't chicken winging out a little bit. So before you start,
so I'm right here.
You bring those knees and thighs together and you just pause right there. Wait. And whenever your body is ready, and I always tell people when your body is ready or if it's in your practice for today. Because sometimes your balance is perfect. Sometimes you get up in the morning, you had the best day. Sometimes you go to sleep weird, you wake up weird. Some weird stuff is going to throw your balance off. It's going to throw your mind off. It's going to throw your concentration off. So I could have did that yesterday and been perfect. But today, I'm a little wobbly. That's because everything that I'm going through, I hold in my body. So honor where your body is for the day. Don't try to force yourself to do something that you know you were able to do yesterday. Just go with the flow of it.
Go with the flow.
So let's try it on the other side because yoga is about balance.
Okay.
So we balance our body. Whatever we do on one side, we do on the other.
Okay.
So we'll root into that right foot this time.
Same hand, same foot, right?
Left elbow on our side. And then flip that palm up.
Left or right? Left elbow. Okay, so I'm grabbing with this.
No, we're switching. We're doing the other side. So we're going to root into this right foot.
Did I have the wrong arm and wrong foot?
No, you're right.
Right side.
We just switching.
Okay, wait.
So root into your right. Put all your weight in your right.
That's the way I was. Okay, so like this.
You over here last time.
All right, so like this.
Elbow on your side. Make sure you don't flip this palm.
Okay.
Keep it facing up and reach back. Grab the inside of your left foot. Right arm to the ceiling.
Ready? Oh wait, that's my bad hip side though.
See? Again, honoring where you are.
I want to help you. Hold on. Don't do this.
I can't do that side.
Yes, you can.
And also do it with your breathing.
Okay.
So you may want to.
I'll just
then you'll inhale and reach back on your exhale.
Yep.
And then you'll
just lean on me.
inhale.
This
And
hip
reach
don't
here.
move. This got to be a bad hip. This hip
I can
Wait
do
a
a little
minute.
kippy.
So like this?
And
But
just
is my hand the right way? I gotta
that's
be
not,
this
no.
way.
Yep, right
inside
there.
right there.
And you know what? Because that hip is giving you some issues on that side,
It's
you
just
hold
goes
it right
right
there.
over here.
Yeah, just hold it right there.
You don't have
Yep.
to go any further. Again,
Alright.
you honor where your body is. So your body's right there for the day.
Yep.
So you just honor right there.
And I'm barely touching you.
You can let me go.
I'm scared.
No, let me go. Let me go.
I was like, I'm scared. She leaving.
I didn't even know you were standing there. Wait a minute. One more time.
And just bring those knees and thighs back together. I got you right there.
Okay, wait.
And just bring that right arm up. And just pause right there.
There you go.
Pause.
That's it.
Pause.
Okay, let me go.
See? Just pause right there.
Yay! Don't go leaving now.
So it's this lady. It's this store at the mall in Foley at OWA,
Mhm.
and they sell shoppers. But I bought something. It was something that I just put in my pocket, and literally, like she had me to like stand without it and then with it, and literally when I had that stone or whatever on me, like it corrected my balance.
Oh, that's
Oh, it was a
Yeah.
bracelet. I don't even know what happened to it.
I wonder what
a
stones were
bracelet or
in it.
something.
Me too. I wonder what stones.
I wonder what stones were in it. Because honestly, it's grounding, it's comforting. So if you are feeling a little off balance, depending on what it is, your confidence might be off for a little while. So then you're gonna check into that solar plexus. You're gonna get you some stuff for that solar plexus, and then you'll do moves or anything to kind of boost that confidence. Or if your heart, you're sad, you're going through right now or whatever, you'll get you some stones to check into that heart chakra. And then you may want to do some heart poses. Like one of my favorites, if I'm standing, I have one seated too, but if I'm standing, I just want to open my heart up. And I just opened it.
Open my heart.
So first you're gonna inhale. Well, do you have back problems?
Not today. Not today. Come on.
So your inhale goes arms up.
My wig come off of my head.
You don't know how many girls come in my class and take the wigs off. So you inhale here, take a deep breath.
On my feet. Okay.
And then on your exhale, you'll drop your head back first. So inhale again. And on your exhale, bump your hips forward. Trace a line down the ceiling.
You gotta go too far back. Just
As far back as I'm
Yeah.
going. Wait, one more
yeah.
time.
Just see your body.
Right there.
Yep. Just see your body.
And that's it. That's opening up that heart. And
It
then you
should feel
coming
good.
up.
Yeah, it feels good.
And the counter.
Yeah, it does. It makes it like I should be shooting somebody.
Now, here's one of my favorites. It was honestly one of my least favorites, but I felt like it was my least favorite because my hips were just tight. But I think it was one of my least favorites because that's where my emotions are. Just for the record, men hold their emotions here and their stress here. So that's sometimes why they just kind of, and they got to relax a little bit. So when you see him and he just like, tell him, come on, breathe and bring it down. Us here. So this is one of my favorites for my hips. And you can do this when you don't have to explain. But I'll come into down dog.
I'm going.
And then I'll go into a three-legged dog.
Three-legged dog.
And then when I exhale, I make a 7 with my legs.
Now I could do that.
That's one of my
And you
favorite
can
poses.
come down as far as you need to come down. You can even come so far as down to put your head down. And you just want to make sure those hips are aligned. And that's it. That gets really deep into your hips. A lot of people will come into this pose and the emotions and the tears just start to flow.
And so what's playing like this? White noise, a video playing.
Recently I've been playing Andre 3000. Yes,
Yes.
the new
Oh, the
album,
new
of course.
album.
Yes, the new album.
But you can play any type of
Yeah.
meditation music. I normally send my students frequencies and sounds to help them through their transition at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if somebody want to reach out, but like, okay, I'm going through this. What do I listen to?
Transition. When you say transition, where am I transitioning to?
from sadness to happiness,
or just a different stage in life.
just
like
going through different stages in life.
Yeah. Like I have a
Because I definitely know from talking to y'all tonight that it's the fact that people don't understand the words that you use.
it's as simple as you think it is.
Just going through different stages in life, just different transitions.
All right, everybody. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Journey with Trish the podcast tonight. Follow Yolanda, follow India, follow your girl if you aren't already, Patricia Reed, and Journey with Trish the podcast. I'm gonna go ahead and pray us on out tonight. And thank you again for watching. And I will see you next Tuesday. I'm not even sure I do know what we're gonna talk about, but the flyer will come soon. Will we be back before the 4th? No. Yes. No. When is the
next week? Maybe the
Tuesday is not okay. All right, so I'll see y'all next Tuesday. But anyway, if all hearts and minds are clear, Father God, in the name of Jesus, I thank you for bringing us out here together tonight. Thank you for the education that was provided here tonight. All things spiritual. I definitely appreciate you sending people to me that can help me clear my mind so that I can communicate better with you. And that was my goal, my purpose here tonight. So continue to bless and watch over each and every one of us, Yolanda, Patricia, India, and DJ Tech, and everyone else that's in the building. Continue to keep us safe, healthy, protected, and healed. Thank you. We love you. God bless you. In Jesus' name, everybody, good night, good night, and good night. That was so much